Hey, Bourbon family, welcome back to Whiskey Phoenix, where smooth is optional and fire is mandatory. I hope you're hanging in there on this Manic Monday. I know that I'm trying to. This weather is just a nightmare in Southwest Ohio today. But I am back today to continue on with my countdown of my top 10 bourbons of 2025. Can you believe we're already at number 3? Now, I hope you guys aren't too harsh on me when I reveal who or what came in, I guess I should say, not who, what came in at number 3 for me. Because I kind of highlighted in one of my earlier videos a barrel pick from this same person. And it just so happens that another barrel pick that they did, I was able to get my hands on. To date, it's literally the most I've spent on a bottle of bourbon, and it was well worth it, and I knew I wouldn't want to miss out on it because I think our palates align fairly well. So without further ado, coming in at number 3 on my top 10 bourbons of 2025 is Whiskey Weather's barrel pick of Buckner's 13 Year. This is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Now, he did 2 iterations. I decided to hold out and go for barrel number 2. And what I got on the nose with this was immediately I was hit with like this slight sweetness on the nose that gave way to a brown sugar and some vanilla, some oak, and even a hint of chocolate. Now, it's been a while since I nosed this one, so I can't remember if it's more like milk chocolate or dark chocolate. So, fam, we're just going to leave it at chocolate. I'm just reading directly from my notes since I didn't distinguish it. Now, on the palate, you would think with this coming in at hazmat, 141.6 is the proof on this. You would think with this coming in at a hazmat level that it would just kind of like blow you away. It'd be really hot and spicy. That was not the case. For me, on my palate, it was warm, I'm not gonna lie, but there was some viscosity to it. I got the vanilla that was on the nose carried onto the palate. The palate also gave me dark cherries. That oak and chocolate, that also stayed on the palate. Just a little hint of both. This was a delicious bourbon. And I'm not just saying that because Whiskey Weather happens to be a friend of mine. I'm being completely honest about this. You're not going to get any bias or, falsehoods from me. I'm as real as they get. You guys know. I make a mistake. I stumble over words in my video. I don't edit it because I want you guys to see me for who I am and the real person that I am. Not some perfectly polished, perfect videos constantly. That's not who I am. Anyway, on the finish, it was creamy. I remember I just kind of wanted to just keep feeling it all throughout my mouth and palate. There, on the finish, some baking spices started coming through, some cinnamon, and that oak. It finally hit me that it was a sweet oak that I was picking up. Again, this turned out to be a great bottle. It is one that, since I paid such a high price for it, I really only drink it for special occasions. So I think I've had maybe 3 pours out of it since then. And I'm hoping that, when I land that job in 2026, I'm going to pour my 4th pour out of it. So there you have it, fam. Coming in at number 3 on my top 10 bourbon list for 2025 is Whiskey Weather's Augusta Buckner's 13 Year barrel pick. Now, unfortunately, I can't say, have you had it? Unless maybe you happen to be, his community is pretty big. Maybe you guys are a part of it. I actually discovered not too long ago that part of the Bourbon family right here on TikTok also happens to be a part of Whiskey Weather's Bourbon community. So maybe you were lucky enough to get your hands on it. If you did, drop in the comments and let me know. Fam, hang in there. This Manic Monday is coming to an end. I hope it ends well for you today. And if you are partaking, as always, please drink responsibly. And remember, stay sharp, stay burning, rise again, and I'll see you in the next one.